Hello everybody, Mikey here, Auburn's Post, like I always say. And we're doing something a little different. The Stanley Parable. Um Now I've never played this game before, but I remember back in the day, I heard a lot of people be saying that it was a good game. Again, I never tried it before though. Um so I thought, yeah, it'd be fun to kind of bring this in and be a little different with my live streams. Yeah, so I have no clue about anything of this game. So no spoilers, please. Like, I straight up don't know anything. Um, so yeah, I think there's a Portal reference in it. I think I know that. Where is my cursor? Ah, here it is. Begin the game. The end is never near, the end is never near. Oh, word.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley. Word.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
427.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Makes
This
sense.
is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
Good for you, Stanley. Good for you having a job you enjoy.
Stanley was happy.
I'm glad to hear Stanley's happy. Stanley deserves it.
And then one day,
Game
something
audio is a
very
bit low.
peculiar
Thank you for
happened.
telling me.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour
That
when he
should be better,
realized that not
hopefully.
one single
It's louder
order
than I
had
am. I gotta
arrived
move
on the
my mic.
monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or
Alright,
even
that
say
should be better for
hi.
both, hopefully.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
I'm sorry to hear your bad news,
Shocked,
Miles.
frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, word. Sensitivity is very fucking high. Much better. Yeah, I wanted to surprise you guys today. Oh, wow, I'm just moving. Alright, so office. I'll just sit back down. Where's that camera? There's a camera in here. Guess I don't need it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Thank you. Oh yeah, maybe it was a day off or something, Stanley. That's a very nice painting. Oh, we gotta find the 420 desk, dude. We gotta. 421, 419. There it is. Can't jump, which is weird, but alright.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Makes sense, alright.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm sorry, I'm I'm fucking bad at directions. I'm sorry.
Yes, truly
This is a
room
pretty nice
worth
break
admiring.
room.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
This is
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
This is a nice ass break room though. This is nicer than my break room. I'm upset.
But eager to get back to business,
Back to
Stanley
business.
took the first open door on his left.
A What what if not, though? On one hand, going left. On the other hand, going straight. We'll go left.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
You can't just show me a big red button and expect me not to want to push it. I feel like this is unfair. What if we... Oh no. I didn't think it'd do anything.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go,
Wait, the narrator doesn't know
from
what...
here, it's, left.
You know, just examining. I guess it has to be left, I suppose.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
I want to go left now. No. No. You can't do this to me, narrator.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
Alright,
What
narrator,
was
I see how it is.
It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Was that a genuine mistake? Okay. Cool. I thought you were just
Now,
being
let's
petty.
see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Makes sense. Alright. Word. Thank you, narrator. Wait, but... Why would there be a door here, but no door on... That's weird. But who am I to judge? What?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
What?
Stanley, close your eyes.
Wait, what?
We just have to get back to,
This is a spoiler?
kidding.
Did I just ruin
It's
the
all
game?
rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just
Wait,
restart the game from
what
the
the
beginning.
fuck?
This time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay.
Dude, did
From
I
the
actually
top.
just... Dude, did I spoil the game? Because I couldn't tell my fucking right from left?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
so
mean?
sorry.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my god, I just fuck you. Just boom, spoiler. Okay, well.
When Stanley... Wait,
This
what?
isn't right.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
right.
Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
There's too many doors,
Stanley,
right?
did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
You're talking
Did
to
you
me.
move the story somewhere, or...
We didn't press
Hold on.
anything, did we?
Why am I
don't
asking
think so.
you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Take your time,
Okay,
narrator.
then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Ooh, this is intriguing. We gotta find the narrator and make out with him. That's the journey. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? I feel bad that I kind of just said, fuck it, I'm doing it my own. I didn't mean to change the path. I genuinely didn't.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story
Wait,
here
did I just go
before.
in a circle?
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah, come on, narrator. I like this narrator guy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I'm liking the vibe
Stanley
of this
decided
game
to go
a
to
lot.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can we go to the 420 room, narrator? That's where the narrator is. That he's in the 420 room. Is there a 69 room? Dude, and it's just... There's no doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
There's no
I might
doors.
be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
There's no doors. It's the 420 room. I'm telling you, narrator. I'm telling you. Did I genuinely miss something? Yeah, I've never played this game before, so.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
What?
The story. Here it comes.
Don't do
No, wait, never mind.
this
Not the
optical
story.
illusion
Okay,
shit.
let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
This is just me finding the... This is not the way. This is not the narrator.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
This,
Do you
this
remember,
game
Stanley?
is just playing with a
Well, do you know
narrator
what?
with dementia.
Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
I'm peaked. I did it.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So,
Thank you.
good job.
Very cool.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for
I
that win.
did. I had
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
did put in actual work.
Okay? I'm getting
I paid
weirded out by whatever this
$14 on
place is.
Steam.
I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
You're mean. I did put in work.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Follow the line. We won't get lost. Follow. This wasn't the way! This was not the way! This was not the way. That was not the way before. I'm going the way I know. Oh, there's just straight up nothing.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay, makes sense. Sorry. Just had to double check, man. Listen.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To destiny.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
It's alright,
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Now this is some music. Word. Yeah. Banger.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely.
I really
and
hope
remember
they
it
commit
carefully.
to this joke.
You won't want to miss anything.
I really fucking hope they commit to this joke. And this is an integral part of the story. I really hope. I will be very disappointed if it's not, dude. I really hope.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I like how he asked the line. Oh. Well, we're
Oh, no,
Back
not
here
again.
again.
Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you...
Find
Oh, I
number
can't take this
69.
anymore. To hell
Find,
with
there it is.
Restart.
69, there it, aw. Dude, I'm begging that fucking fern is an integral part to this game.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Fair
We're
enough.
intelligent people, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we make up
Yeah.
our own story? Something exciting.
Yeah!
daring,
Hell yeah,
mysterious.
narrator.
Ooh,
I'm all
this
down
all
for
sounds
this.
perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
This narrator guy is the kindest disembodied voice I've heard in a while. Dude, hell yeah. I love this guy. I like
Now,
his vibe.
yes, this is exciting.
It'd be
Just
funny
me
if a
and Stanley
monster
forging
just
a
went
new
to these
path,
corners.
a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Narrator. You're on. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Alright.
No lines or monitor rooms.
Sounds
Just
good.
don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I like how when he says it as the TM. This is the this is the voice in my head saying the British people aren't real. No, the last time I had a voice guiding me through rooms, it was GLaDOS. And she tried to kill me. So I don't know if I can trust this voice, but he seems very cool. Ooh. Round.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Dude, this is just
How
like
important
Undertale.
we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door
We can-
that leads here.
we can
and
piss
that in
the
turn
narrator off.
means that our
You should've told me
destination
that.
corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the
I want
door
this
on
guy
the
to
right is the
narrate my
correct
real
one.
life.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley.
Alright, so
Our
last time
destiny
I didn't listen to the
awaits.
narrator. That's not the right door. Oh no, it is the right door. What?
Oh, hold up, what's this?
The
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Wait, I don't
It's all determined?
like
So
the
now,
end of
according to
I
the
don't like this
schedule, I
one.
restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
Is this an
Why don't
actual
I
timer?
get to decide?
It's pretty close
Why
to my
don't I get a
IRL
say in
timer.
all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting.
Are you
I don't
good,
want to forget
narrator?
what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Alright, word, let's just go.
And the timer stopped.
Oh no.
Does that mean did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule?
Going on?
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Why would you say someone would come for us, narrator?
So, okay.
Is the narrator British? I
guess
this
now
is
we just
somewhat
wait,
a British
you know.
accent.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Ah. Narrator. Wait. Narrator. Where is he?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Narrator,
What could it
you have to
mean?
remember who
Stanley
you are.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't know if I feel good about this. I saw how that ending went, and it says I die.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But what if we did it again? But what if we did it again? Fuck you, I'm doing it again.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Now I'm doing
Perhaps he wanted to
What if
stop
I
by the
do it
employee
again?
lounge first, just to admire
What
it.
happens if I do it again?
Wow. Yes. This room.
Do it
What but
again.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Wait, so if I go back through here and burn. No, well, I didn't go. Ooh.
Stanley was so bad at following
go
directions,
this
it's
way.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do we try it? Do we try it, guys?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten
Fuck
off
it.
on the wrong foot here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Good, as you guys should. As you guys should. Is there achievements in this game? 3 yes. Fuck you, Stu.
All of his co-workers were gone.
No
What could it
spoilers,
mean?
by the way. I wanna
Stanley
figure this
decided
out
to
on
go
my
to the
own.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So this time, I will actually go the way he tells me to, because I'm curious.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, if I just keep killing myself, do you think I'll say something?
Yet there was not a single person
This
here
is a cool
either.
ass table.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Huh.
hoping he might find an answer there.
Put a ball up inside you, take passive aggressively. Yeah, that's how. I mean, I personally have bitch fits. Was that act? Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here,
No way.
so he turned around and got back on track.
No way. Bucket. Broom. No way. There's nothing here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, but what if I didn't? That note probably has something on it, but I can't read that.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Exactly.
He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
I was
All because
thinking
he believed
logically.
everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh shit.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Yeah, I have
And
seen
for that
that
matter,
one. I
these
thought
rooms
this
were
voice
starting
was
to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Oh no.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
The
And at
simulation is
last,
breaking.
he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for
The
it.
simulation is
I'm
breaking.
dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
I think we're
And he
pretty
thought to
crazy.
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh no!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
This is insane.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Dude, I'm gonna have a heart attack if I think about this
describing
more.
me,
Dude,
thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
This shit's about to
And while he
explode.
thought it all
No
very
way.
odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams,
It's a
the
paradox.
truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
What is this?
How could it be?
What is this?
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if
Did
he's
I
asleep, he doesn't
definitely
have to
fucked
take
up.
responsibility
No
for
way.
himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
That elevator was...
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin,
We're actually gonna
the
get to his
press of the
bedroom?
mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing
Dude,
the
I'm
buttons.
so fucking...
Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife.
Stanley's
And my
married.
job.
That's cool.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
I don't think everything's gonna be fine, guys.
I am okay.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think Stanley's okay. Oh no. Oh no. Stanley.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone
What
tell
is
me
going
I'm real.
on?
I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
So next time, take the stairs. Go up
This is
the
the
stairs.
story of a woman named Mariella.
There we go. Word, alright.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Stanley!
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment
Bro
that she
thinks
stood
he's
there,
Walter White.
staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well, I'm sorry about that, Stanley. Got you killed. Oh, okay. We're just back, I guess.
All of his co-workers were gone.
So this
What
time
could it
around,
mean?
we're listening
Stanley decided
to
to
the
go to the
narrator.
meeting
That's
room.
what we're doing.
Perhaps
We're
he had simply
listening
missed a memo.
to the narrator. No matter what. We've seen where my options get us,
When
and I kill
Stanley
us
came
every
to
time.
a set of
We're
2 open
listening to the
doors,
narrator,
he
no
entered the
matter
door
what.
on his left.
No matter what, we're listening to the narrator. We're listening to the narrator. I don't care about anything else. We're listening.
Yet there
to
was
the
not a
narrator.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's a get Chris out of broom closet. What if we go in the broom closet?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ooh, fancy. But what if I didn't? Executive. Because the boss knows what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. This is a nice ass bathroom. For real, for real. You can't flush the toilet though, which is kind of cringe. I mean, come on, Stanley Parable.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
manager's
life.
office.
Shocked,
This is shockingly
unraveled,
nice.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
6969. There's 2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
This is only the second creepy. Oh. Oh no, 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 no. This, I don't like this at all. This isn't a horror game, is it, right? I'm not about to just fucking die here.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
You're fine.
Why did he feel
Am
this
I
now,
Digby?
when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
There's gonna be a gun to the back of my head after I play this. There goes the elevator. So I'm assuming this
Stanley
leads
walked straight ahead through the
to
large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But the escape sign is right here, but mine... No.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
But escape! Escape! Fuck it, we ball.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Fuck it, we ball, narrator. Fuck it,
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
There's no... I won't die. I'm him. I've made a terrible mistake. Oh. I have in fact made a terrible mistake. But it was mine to make! I'm confident about that death. I really am. Oh, what? I'm not dead! I'm not dead! I'm him! That's why I'm the GOAT! Oh, I'm trapped. Oh,
As
no.
the machine whirred into
Oh,
motion,
no.
Stanley
This
was
is more
inched
violent than I
closer
thought
and
it was
closer
gonna
to
be.
his demise.
Oh, no.
It reflected that his life had been
No.
of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
Oh,
He
fuck.
doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps
Oh,
his death
shit.
was of no great loss,
Oh shit,
like
oh
plucking
shit,
the
oh
eyeballs
shit,
from a
oh
blind
shit,
man.
oh fuck!
And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
God have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. Have mercy. Really?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley
A
was
girl?
led helplessly into the enormous metal
What?
jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What the fuck? What? What just happened? What just happened?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What happened to the actual narrator? Is this narrator number 2? Is there multiple narrators? Interesting. Intriguing.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Is this the map? Office layout. This is. What the fuck did I just walk into? Nature paintings. The office. I'm assuming these don't. Alright. What did I do? What did I do? Yeah, guys, I'm a bit of him. You know, death can't really get me. Button sounds. Oh, yes, the credits. Kevin as the narrator. What just happened? This is the worst game for me to play because I'll just keep going out of spite. Warzone? Early development, we designed it ending when Stanley would end up in a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We slowly This is far too chucky and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, people interpret it who like shooters, which was not our intention. That one's still low-key pretty cool, though. Dude, what have I done? How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? Narrator emails. The lounge. The lounge still is pretty goated, though. The apartment timer. Cargo lift. Dude, I don't know what I've done, but I am simply him. You all can thank me for my genius of choosing not to listen to the narrator at all. Fuck that guy. I can't pull them, which kind of sucks, but it's alright. Dude, I don't know what I did. So I think if I had just gone into that room, it would have been the... Hey, there's my desk! ...2011? Damn, this game's 10 years old. Fuck. So how do I get out of here, is my question. Narrator emails, I want that way. Some funky music starts happening when I come in here. Am I lost? Am I fucked? I'm really shocked I'm not dead. You know what I mean? Like, Assume escape button. I mean, begin the game again. But is it gonna save that I got this ending? Ah, here it is.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
What is this?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it.
I'm trusting this lady. So I'm curious now, what will happen now that I begin the game?
This is the story.
Okay, so I'm assuming these two mean the narrator and Stanley, right? But who's that woman? Could that woman be the woman we saw in the last cutscene? Interesting. Perhaps. Can I see which endings I've gotten?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is how Pomni feels in the digital circus, bro. This is what it is. Alright, but this time, we're listening
When
to the
Stanley
narrator.
came to a set of two
No
open
matter
doors,
absolutely
he entered the
what.
door on
We're
his
going
left.
to listen to the narrator no matter what. No matter what happens, we listen to the narrator, okay? Because there has to be a way out.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping him coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There's 2 9.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
This game must be so fun to speedrun. I'm curious, the settings, audio. I wonder if you could just... it still comes through. I wonder if I could just fuck him. The mute... Oh, it's probably a sound effect. You can't turn off... Oh, what if... Fuck you, narrator. Oh, okay, it just turns him down. He doesn't have a witty... I thought he was gonna say, I see how it is, bitch.
They walked forward into the opened passageway.
This game's genuinely fun, though. I'm having a great time. Like, this might be the most fun I've had in a minute on a game. Especially going into it blind, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know anything, and I love it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I still feel like this is a bad ending, though. Mind Control Facility?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
This
with television
is the
screens.
monitor room.
What horrible secret did
found
this
it.
place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay, so... I already found this, though. So this isn't that cool. I feel like it would have been sicker if I didn't just fucking...
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and
Where's
Stanley,
427
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
But what if I didn't? But what if I didn't? You guys see that nice little door over there? What if I said fuck you? Oh, I guess I'm the asshole for trying it. Console disabled. Okay. I guess I'm the dick for not wanting to be the hero. Fair enough, I suppose. Fair enough.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
On one hand, on one hand, no, you can't do this to me. You can't do this. On one hand, we press the on button. On the other hand, press off. I'm a good person. I'll be the hero this city deserves.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I thought about it for a lot longer.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
This game
Freedom was mere
exciting.
moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
So this
Where
is
had
like
his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
So this is like,
But
hey, you
as
should replay
sunlight
this
streamed
game.
into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
I'm
No
still
longer would
upset
anyone
that
tell him where
Fern
to
hasn't
go,
come back.
what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
This is gorgeous.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
So that's the normal ending. Okay, from what I can assume. Beat the game, complete the Stanley Parable. Okay, so we actually beat it then.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision?
I didn't mean to close the
What
door.
if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
It's been a
But the one
fucking
thing he
second.
knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
I'm still waiting for the demon to come and kill me. There has to be a jump scare in here. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're not going to no meeting room. I'm exploring now. So there's a couple things I want to try now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Dude,
just
I'm going
to
in
admire it.
spoiler-free, Ben. I got no clue.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What
So I
but
wanna get
eager
back
to
to
get
that
back to
curvator
business,
belt thing, 'cause that's
Stanley
where, like,
took
I
the
killed
first open
myself
door on his
before.
left.
Because, you know, I'm him like that. So I'm going to try this now.
Stanley
and
was so bad
actually
at
go.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
I don't
gotten
even know
off
what
on the wrong
supernatural
foot
is.
here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No. Narrator, I got a mission from a lady who said I had to save us, so unfortunately for you, Big Chungus.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
We're walking through the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well,
Yes.
Don't let me stop you.
I vaguely remember being able to try to
You
kill
see?
a baby in this
There's
game.
nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Oh, that's fun. The
Was it worth
textures, like,
ruining the entire story I had written out
Yes.
specifically
Yes, it
for
was.
you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
But what if we didn't? But what if we didn't? Oh.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I'm going against the narrator no matter what this run.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful.
That's how I feel whenever
What am I
you guys
supposed
give
to
me
do
like
with that?
genuine feedback.
but I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park
I'm
with this
going
one.
to go
Let's
against the
take a look.
narrator, no matter what. The Stanley Parable. That's actually kind of funny. We're not going through that door. This is my door.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Alright, at first I thought 5 was gonna be the only one you could pick.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
I hope it's just a giant middle finger.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation
No,
and
you
tedium
can't
of
do
endlessly
this to
confronting
me.
the
You
demands of
can't
family
give me
life. I
this
think
option.
the art world
Hey,
will
random.
really take
You
notice.
can't
But
give
of
me the
course,
option
the message of the
to
game
do
only
this.
becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Pure
Because if it's the
spite.
latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
What?
Let's see. What do we have here?
Alright, so I killed a baby. You said you
Yes,
heartless
this
bastard.
seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
So fucking funny if it just opens FNAF.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
The stock door sound effect. I gotta say, guys, this game is pretty great. I started from breaking it immediately, then killing a baby. It's pretty cool, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, it can't be.
Well, this is gonna change the scenery.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call.
No!
You really wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we
so
avoided
funny.
it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
I'm genuinely
Preferably something with
curious.
walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
I'm so curious on what's going to come next.
Okay, I
Game
think
with
this
walls.
will be just the thing.
So these was that an actual game? Wait,
Wonderful.
Wait,
So this is exactly what I had
Rocket
in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
oh my God, they
Stanley,
put us in
if you
league.
manage to get lost in this
they
game,
put us
I
in
will
league.
be phenomenally impressed.
They wait. So was that last one an actual game?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run
Rocket
the bases and do a
League.
touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we
They
must.
put us
Okay,
in
Stanley,
fucking
here's the ball.
Rocket
Have
League.
fun.
This is actually crazy. This is actually insane. This might be the best game I've ever seen.
Are you doing
in
it?
my life.
Are you winning? Is this fun?
Dude, I'm
Is
having
it
a
better
great
than my
time.
miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball... Hold on. What are you doing?
I didn't mean to do that. I really hope that doesn't take me back to the start. Where? Oh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me?
I
You
didn't
can't
mean,
do it.
I
You
didn't,
made
I
that.
genuinely
Stanley.
didn't mean to do that. Oh, this is like an Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Maybe it will take us back to Rocket League. This is in fact not Rocket League. This looks like Gmod. Does this not look like Nah, that's probably insulting to this game. Dude, what the fuck have I wandered into? What have I done? We've really done it. I've really done it now. I swear this reminds me of Gmod so fucking much. I swear that is a Gmod texter or a Half-Life texter.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice.
I'm very
And if
happy
he's
with my
learned the
decision
heavy
personally.
cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end
I don't
to make
need
sense out of the
anybody.
chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
This is wild. I'm having a
I can
great
wait.
fucking time. I can wait too. I got nothing to do. This is just watch time and my pocket narrator. Oh, okay. So what if we did it, but this time, what
All
if
of
we
his
saved
co-workers
the
were
baby?
gone.
What if
What
we?
could it mean?
What if we?
Stanley
went for the
decided to
red
go to the
doors
meeting
instead?
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So we're not following.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Well, I don't want new content. I want the old content. So fuck you.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
We're
knew
just
it
gonna
perfectly
ignore.
well.
We can just ignore
Perhaps
that.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Not doing that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So I'm gonna see where this train
Look, Stanley,
takes
I
me.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
They did say Stanley has a wife.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Stanley has a
Oh,
wife.
right.
Let's go. Good for you, Stanley.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha!
You
Oh, come on.
fucking dick.
Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something.
Fuck you,
Come
narrator.
inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I really
This
thought.
is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his
Only
existence.
2 people watching. Yeah, sometimes it got slow streams.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
No.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel
That one
sorry
was
for him,
genuinely
except that
mean a
he's chosen
little.
this life.
You know.
But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
My
From behind his
wife.
desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
They
Fantastic
really had
discoveries
me
of new
going for a
lands.
second.
It was wonderful. And each
Yeah,
day
that's
that he
fair. I
returned
mean,
to
I don't
work
take it
was a
personally.
reminder
Shit
that none of
happens.
it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined
My
that
brain is
one day
fried.
while
My
at
br-
work,
your
he
brain is
stepped up from
fried.
his desk
My
to
brain
realize
is
that all of
fried.
his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished
my
off the
wife.
face of the earth. The thought
This is like that one
excited
episode of
him
Don't Hug Me, I'm
terribly.
Scared when they go to the office. Please press M to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through
I
this
made a
fantasy
terrible
world,
mistake.
he
I
began to
made a
fill it with many
terrible
possible
mistake.
paths and destinations.
Dude, the
Down
house
one
is
path
slowly
lay an
becoming
enormous
the
round
office.
room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
yellow
And
line.
down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Wait, is the narrator Stanley?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be?
The
Perhaps
carpet
if he
changed.
played just one more
Right?
time.
Press X to tell your wife you fucking love.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
What is this game? What have I done? What have I done?
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing
I
himself.
can't get
But he
out.
won't
You
listen to me.
blocked the door.
He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not. Just not happening today, I'm sorry. Not for presses E. We can wait here all day. I got nothing else. So how's your guys' day going? I didn't really get a chance to talk to you yet, you know? Hope you guys are having a good day, because I'm not pushing that button. Fuck you. I'm not doing it. Nah, fuck it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How
I'm
can I
glad
get
to
him to
hear
see
you're
what
doing
I
good,
see?
Ben.
How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see.
I will be going.
Maybe this time.
Alright, so I feel
And
like
I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
Please
tried again,
die.
and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Alright, well, we gave it a hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. So this time, we're not trusting the narrator again, but this time, I think if we, like, what if we go through the red
Stanley
door?
had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something?
What?
He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Oh, the new content room is gone. We fucked that one up for sure. Oh, no, it is. Fuck that, though. We're not doing that. Nope.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting
I
room,
would love for
and
him to be
Stanley
like,
knew it
what's so
perfectly well.
interesting about the
Perhaps he
left?
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
We are
left.
taking this door, but we're going
And so
straight.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh no, this is actually the right way. Fuck. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna begin the game again. I actually did genuinely fuck up there, I think.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I
What could it
distinctly
mean?
remember you
Stanley
could get a
decided to
portal
go to the
gun
meeting room.
somehow, but I
Perhaps
don't
he had simply
remember.
missed a memo.
Alright, so I'm gonna go back to killing the baby, because I want to see if I save the baby.
When
what
Stanley
happens.
came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room.
Oh, that's
It all
fun.
made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
That's funny.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Not going that way. We're gonna do the thingy again, because I'm genuinely curious.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
You
I'm not
tricked
your
me.
enemy,
You said
really.
I had a wife that
I
loved me.
realize that investing
Fuck
your
you.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Very.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
What if we
Give
go
me a
through?
chance.
Now we're gonna go through the red.
Now
and
listen
see what
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
I'm sorry, I got a
And
full
I think,
2-hour live stream.
well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for?
Oh, I thought we could fall. We're in space yet again.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
I'm glad to hear that. That's such a beautiful ending. That's so beautiful. Anyway.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
It's just some stairs, narrator. Don't worry.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
How are you making me feel bad? Oh. Oh.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Oh my god. I'm not a monster. I can't do this. Nah, I can. Nah, I totally can.
No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
You said I had a wife. You brought in a whole ass voice actress to trick me. I'm killing myself. Fuck you.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Dude, this voice actor is too good, because I'm genuinely feeling bad for this. If I go...
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Dude, this makes me feel so bad for doing this. I want you guys to know. Dude, like, oh my...
My God. Is this really how much you dislike my
Shut
game?
up!
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being
what up?
happy.
This
Am
is
I
a
reading the
spoiler-free
situation
run,
correctly?
please, so no spoilers if you know this game, because I'm going into it blind. Dude, I feel so bad. I feel so horrible. But I have to know what happened.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Dude, this narrator is genuinely making me feel bad. I have to know. Dude, I can't. I gotta go back. I gotta go back to the space room. I feel genuinely bad, dude. This is the last
Do
time
you
I
actually
felt...
want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
Last time I felt bad for a video game Katie was fucking Monica. But dude, this holy shit. Narrator, I'm sorry.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I still thought that was possible.
It's possible. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm such an asshole. I'm not gonna feel bad if this is just like if you stay here, nothing changes. Does nothing change if you come back? Hope you're proud of yourself. I'm not! I don't think anything changes if I stay. I don't think anything changes. I don't think anything changes. I think the game was just guilt-tripping me. I don't think if I did stay there, I don't think anything would have happened. Dude, I'm being gaslit right now. Dude, this narrator, dude, the voice actor for him is incredible. Because, dude, I'm genuinely feeling bad. Like, again, the last time I felt this bad was, like, my first run of Doki Doki. Or my first run of Undertale. I've not felt this bad. Zoinks, bro.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
fucking god, man. You can't do this for me. Do this to me.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Like Zoink Scoob. I think the narrator's depressed.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're still not doing
This was not the correct way to the meeting
still
room,
not
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room. Va-va-voom. What a room.
What a room, truly. Holy fuck, though, that ending.
But eager
that
to get
last
back
one
to business,
genuinely made me
Stanley
feel
took
bad.
the first open door on
We're
his
not
left.
doing that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I got the one where you get to meet, like, the wife. I got the one where, like, you
Look,
see
Stanley,
the
I think
monitor
perhaps we've
room
gotten off on
early.
the
I
wrong
got the
foot
one
here.
where
I'm
you
not
just
your
jump off
enemy,
this
really,
and kill
I'm not.
yourself.
I
And I
realize
got
that
the
investing
blue
your
door
trust in someone
one.
else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story is... What? Really?
But you send
I was
them
in the
back
middle
to
of
the
something. Do
blue
you have
room and
zero
seeing what
consideration
happens
for
if I let the
others?
baby
Are you
live.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
And I
Let me
did get the
prove
main
that I'm
ending,
on your
too.
side. Give me a chance.
See, I've not gotten. So there is something
Now
with the
listen
broom
carefully,
closet
this is important.
Because I've
Stanley
seen the
walked
blue.
through the
I
red door.
went in the broom closet and I thought it was weird that the like it opened.
Perhaps you misunderstood.
So
Stanley
I'll do
walked
that one
through
next
the
thing. Because at
red
first I
door.
thought maybe
I
it was
still
just
don't think
nothing.
we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so
would
badly
love to
what's
get
out
that,
there?
like,
You want
I
to find out what
remember a
lies
long
at the
time
end of
ago
this
seeing
road
Portal
you've
in
chosen?
this.
Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into
This
that?
voice
Because
actor
I
is
did.
good, though.
And
This
in
is
the end, it was all
genuinely
for
amazing.
nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with
I
me.
also
You've
want to
given me
get back to that
absolutely
Rocket
nothing
League
so
part.
far.
Because I
Tell you
went
what,
in there, but
Let me
I
take a stab in
accidentally
the dark at a new
fell.
design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go on. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
ranking it
Would
out of
you say
1.
that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest.
wanna piss
I'm
off the
looking for some
narrator
real
as much as
critical
I can.
feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations,
6
you saw ways the
6
game could be
hours,
improved
really?
to more
That's
fully
incredible.
express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1?
I've only got
That's
like
not
an
even
hour and a
helpful.
half in.
What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with
Did you
this
get
one.
a
Let's
3?
take a
Why
look.
a 3? Next thought, that's interesting. I'm still putting a 1 here
Now,
because I know that's
would you
how,
say
that's
that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
Because
Again,
that's how I know we can
honest
get back
answers,
to Rocket
please.
League, and I want to see what's
Hey,
after
I nearly
Rocket
forgot. I've
League.
got a prototype of a new game I've been working on.
gonna let
and
the
now
baby
would be
die
a
again.
lovely
Fuck that
opportunity
baby,
to give it some
personally,
playtesting.
respectively.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Yes, I
Let
would.
me boot it up.
I'm killing that baby.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting
I
the
guess
demands
that's
of
fair.
family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Into the fire you go. Into the fire you go.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or
Yes.
purely to spite me?
And also,
Because
yes.
if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
So
It's
they
over.
had a Rocket League
Thank you for
reference. I
playing.
wanna see if
Your
they
input was
included any other
extremely
games
valuable.
After Rocket
Oh,
League.
hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work.
I'm
Let's
not
give it a
doing
shot.
that. If you do press the, dude, that's how I know this game is goated. That they actually genuinely.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Dude, I'm super curious. I would love to see what other games they included after League. Because I fell down the pit, and I genuinely didn't mean to do that.
No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open,
I
just
like the
wandering
narrator
around, no
not
right
liking
or
open
wrong
worlds.
directions,
That's
no
very
path to
funny.
follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
So I'm curious to see what's next then. Because I fell down last time, which I didn't mean to do.
I
So I
think
wonder
this
because he
will
was
be just the
talking
thing.
before I fell. Okay, back in League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
So that's what he was referencing, getting lost through
Okay,
falling
so
down
what
there.
exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh,
He's
what
so
fun.
excited
We shall
about
run the
sports
bases and do
ball.
a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
What if I get crushed by the ball? 7 people watching now. Very cool. Oh, we gotta be careful not to fall in the pit.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Yes.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't
got
it?
more balls,
Stanley, I'm like a
dude.
child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
That's a lot of balls. That's a lot of balls.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
I am.
Are you having fun?
I am having
Is this
fun.
a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what?
What?
It's over.
No!
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides,
see, when he
you
does
need
this
someone
shit-
like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much.
I think
but who
I
knows?
think I-
You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best.
Yes.
Take care, Stanley.
Bye. So we could go down this pit again. I want to see how. I want to see if I just wait here. Or does nothing happen if I don't go down the pit? It's kind of cool to walk around in this arena. Okay, thank you.
Hold on. What are you doing?
So I just did that ending faster than I was supposed to.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it.
Okay, so I already got there is no other endings. Okay, alright. Thank you for not making me sit through there. Alright, so we already did that. Alright, cool to know.
All
Let's
of his
check out
co-workers were
that
gone.
new
What could it
content.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Have you checked the window? I have not checked the window. That sounds like something I'll have to do. Man, this game has so much. I'm gonna have to go through. This definitely deserves another stream.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe
Check
features
that out
exciting new
next.
content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Interesting.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
It'd be funny if they just had
Is it
this.
broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I'm just glad to see the narrator doesn't hold grudges from other lives.
I have to
Extremely
say,
reverse
initial
fraud.
impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
It'd be funny if there is no content. Jump circle.
All right. All right, let's see. It's... the jump circle?
We can't. Oh, dude! I was just saying earlier. I want a jump button.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I'm with you, narrator. I'm curious.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Not
It's
positive.
just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
That's so
and don't get
fucking
me
funny,
started on
'cause
the
I know,
level
like,
of craftsmanship
15
that's gone into it.
game
In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore."
That's
What quality
funny.
assurance department
Fuck.
signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them
Oh, that
personally
didn't age
accountable.
well. Oh,
It's my fault, Stanley.
Oh,
I built
no.
up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
friend. Oh, narrator. Oh. This ain't my home. Oh, divorce? What? Spoilers, Martha. Vent?
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Sure. Oh, it's just said by the creator. Alright.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So
is
I
this-
made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
This isn't.
Take a look.
This isn't Skyrim, is it?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my
This is
favorite
amazing.
memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Aww.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley
actual
Parable
words
was
they want?
before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Dude, this is just like every kid on TikTok saying, "Don't you remember how things used to be so better?" This is honestly really nice. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. To pause to get this achievement. I like how they're all nominees, not like winners. Was it actually in the LA Times? This is beautiful, man. The narrator has a nice memory zone. I
Je
like it.
suis dans la memory zone, seul sur la
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless
not know
husk
that.
with an hour of new elevator content.
I would say is there lore to this game, but I feel like that defeats the point of, you know, of the bit. You know what I mean, if there's actual lore.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the
There is
nature of
lore?
choice in games, and one that offers some of the most
Interpretation,
enjoyable,
that's all.
surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley?
I
The
think it was
game was
okay. I
perfect.
didn't really like it.
It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
I thought the first
It
one was
just
pretty
needed
good,
to
but
be
I never
left
saw the
alone.
second.
To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video
Dude,
game
this is
memories.
like every video game nerd whenever a new remaster comes out. Like me. Well, I can't go that way. The Serious around 2013. Is there just I just can't leave? Is that the bit?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all
There you have a
over
good
again.
one, Soul.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh, word. My screen's getting a little red. Whoa.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
This
I
is
haven't looked at these in
hilarious. Have a
years.
good stay safe.
I can't even imagine
Soul.
what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
That's amazing.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine
Was
where I'd
that
have
a
the
real
will to stick
review?
them.
Was that a real review too? Were all these real reviews, or am I just? Or were they asked to be made for this? That's so funny. That like they just don't give a fuck about the Steam reviews.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Narrator, don't worry, man. But no, that's like a real thing. Like, people remember something so, like, perfectly in their mind. But when they go back to it, they see all, you know, or when someone points out, hey, you're looking through it with nostalgia goggles, or if you're a creator like myself, I get this all the time. I'll think whatever I do is goated. Then, you know, I'll see what someone else says about it. It's like, well, fuck you. It's perfect.
What's this one got
The
to say?
narrator does need a hug.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Is that why there's
A
a
skip
skip button
button.
at the beginning
Well,
of the game?
well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Dude, this is so fucking fun.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking
Well, what
for,
if we
and
don't
I'm very
skip?
proud to have delivered.
not skipping.
No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no.
not
The
skipping.
Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time,
I
at
fucked
which
with the
time
narrator
everything
all
all at
day
once,
today,
so,
man.
now you
I'll
see, blah,
sit
blah, blah,
through
blah, blah,
this.
blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is,
This
so
is how I
on and
feel
so
when I
forth,
talk
until
about my original
inevitably,
shows,
we
dude.
all until
This is
the
how I
end
feel when I
of
talk
time,
about
at which
puppets or
time
had.
everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. That the logic of
skip.
elimination
But what
working
happens
backwards,
when
the
we-
deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for near. Oh, you're back, you see.
It
You were
loops,
only
okay.
frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of
'cause I
unnecessary
very well
verbal
would have waited
flourishes
for like
and
an
lengthy
hour.
ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making
I gotta get whatever
choices
drugs
and
this
not
narrator
making
was talking
choices,
about,
and that they
dude.
are
Holy
both affecting
smokes.
you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one.
I don't
I
know
think
what
it
a
has much
treatise
more of a
is.
treatise
It
vibe
does have
to
a
it.
treatise vibe.
But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a
That's fair,
mouthfeel
too.
that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history.
A
if you will.
mouthfeel is important. Man,
See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor.
That's fair.
It is an
alright.
unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations.
He would,
All
dude.
right,
He would
here we
definitely have
go.
it, dude. I'm
Treatise,
shocked there isn't one.
manifesto, treatise,
I'm
manifesto,
shocked there's not one of him yet.
treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto. 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 Treatise,
Manifesto just sounds fun to
Treatise,
say.
manifesto. Treatise, 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 manifesto.
Okay, I was waiting for someone to say, like, listen.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
That's so funny.
Although
Can
I
you
have to
change
imagine
Steam
that
review?
after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation.
Yes.
Yes, I think that's quite likely.
It's
or perhaps
not.
they'll
It's
simply
not,
grant
isn't
this
it?
particular
It's not,
user
isn't
the
it?
ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best
Dude, he's like,
game.
fuck your reviews.
Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
Yeah? He just stopped talking.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not
When it loops or he
unendurable
shuts
by
off
any means, but
skips.
it's,
Okay.
well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't
door
it? But at
disappeared,
any
by
rate,
the way.
I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Alright.
I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
That's what I'm
Where
saying.
did the door go?
Okay, so
Wasn't
the
there
door
a door
is
that led
missing.
into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all.
Giving it a
I'm
shot.
asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button.
Don't
Just
worry.
wait
Operation
here,
ram my
wait
body
here for
through a
me,
door.
and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
Press it? Okay. Like I was waiting. Do we actually get to press it, or?
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me.
This
the
is a
merest
powerful
mention
message,
of one
though.
of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room. Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks? I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking... Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed
This is for when you said I had a wife. Yeah, I took that one personally. Fuck it. We're just seeing. This one isn't on me. This one's on the narrator.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwilling...
Narrator? You there, buddy? Alright then.
The end is never the end, 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 is...
I hear water, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing or not. Oh no, leaking. That's cool, I guess. Hopefully, Oh. Oh no, that's not good. want to see how fucked up this room will get. Oh, that's beautiful. We got flowers and shit. I mean, plants. Oh, there's flowers on them. Oh, well, there goes my flowers. That sucks. They were doing crazy. I don't think the narrator's around anymore, dog. I'm gonna be real with you. Oh, I don't like this. Skip button. Get me out of here, baby. Holy shit. Does the skip button come back up, or is it gone? I think it's gone, fellas. I told you the skip button would get me out of there. Man, this is beautiful. I've never been a fan of sand, though. It's coarse, it's rough, it's irritating. It gets everywhere. The end is never the end, is never the end. Oh, so we're back.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit.
Was that the ending?
Was it a sign of
Was
something?
that it?
He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
New content. Well, I think I'm gonna say the new content for another stream. Just because I am 2 hours and I got some stuff I gotta do tonight, so I think I'll save it for another time. I had a lot of fun with this. The Stanley Parable, like, again, guys, it kind of just popped into my mind because I wasn't planning this stream at all. I just popped in my mind, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, guys, that's all for today. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe out there, and may the stars shine down upon you. Bye!